15 shocking cases of kidnapping and abduction. The fear of being kidnapped or having a loved one taken away is a nightmare that haunts many. Unfortunately, this nightmare becomes a reality for some. In this video, we will explore 15 shocking cases of kidnapping and abduction that shocked the world and left a lasting impact on our collective consciousness. Join us as we delve into these harrowing tales of resilience, survival, and the relentless search for justice. The Lindbergh baby. In 1932, Charles Lindbergh Jr., the 20-month-old son of famous aviator Charles Lindbergh, was kidnapped from his home in New Jersey. His body was found 2 months later, and the case captivated the nation, ultimately leading to the conviction and execution of Bruno Hauptmann. The kidnapping of J.C. Duggett. In 1991, 11-year-old J.C. Duggett was abducted while walking to her school bus stop in California. She was held captive for 18 years by her kidnapper, Philip Garrido, before being rescued in 2009. The Cleveland Abductions. Ariel Castro kidnapped 3 women, Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina DeJesus, and held them captive in his Cleveland home for over a decade. They were finally rescued in 2013, and Castro was sentenced to life imprisonment plus 1,000 years. The Chowchilla school bus kidnapping. In 1976, 26 children and their bus driver were abducted by 3 armed men in Chowchilla, California. The kidnappers buried the bus and demanded a $5 million ransom. Miraculously, the driver and children were able to escape their underground prison before the ransom was paid. Elizabeth Smart abduction. In 2002, 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped from her Salt Lake City home by Brian David Mitchell and his wife, Wanda Barzee. She was held captive for 9 months before being recognized and rescued. The kidnapping of Patty Hearst. In 1974, newspaper heiress Patricia Hearst was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army, SLA, a left-wing terrorist group. She was later seen participating in bank robberies with her captors and claimed to have joined the group voluntarily, leading to a controversial trial. The abduction of Stephen Stainer. In 1972, 7-year-old Stephen Stainer was kidnapped by child molester Kenneth Parnell. He was held captive for 7 years before escaping and helping authorities capture Parnell. The Colleen Stan kidnapping. In 1977, 20-year-old Colleen Stan was abducted by Cameron Hooker and kept in a wooden box under his bed for 7 years. She was subjected to torture and brainwashing before finally escaping in 1984. The Kamaya Mobley case. In 1998, newborn Kamaya Mobley was abducted from a Florida hospital by a woman posing as a nurse. She was raised by her kidnapper for 18 years before her true identity was discovered. The Natasha Kampusch kidnapping. In 1998, 10-year-old Natasha Kampusch was abducted on her way to school in Vienna, Austria. She was held captive in a small, windowless cellar for 8 years before escaping in 2006. The Boko Haram kidnapping. In 2014, the terrorist group Boko Haram kidnapped 276 girls from a school in Chibok, Nigeria. Many were released or escaped, but some remain missing to this day. The Johnny Gorsh abduction. In 1982, 12-year-old Johnny Gorsh disappeared while delivering newspapers in West Des Moines, Iowa. He was never found, and his case remains one of the most famous unsolved child abductions in U.S. history. The Leon sisters disappearance. In 1975, sisters Catherine and Sheila Leon disappeared from a shopping mall in Maryland. Their case remained unsolved for over 4 decades before Lloyd Lee Welsh Jr. pleaded guilty to their murders in 2017. The Freddie Heineken kidnapping. In 1983, Dutch beer magnate Freddie Heineken and his chauffeur were kidnapped by a criminal gang led by Willem Holder. After being held for 3 weeks, they were released upon payment of a ransom of over $10 million. The kidnappers were later captured and sentenced to prison. The Ariel Castro kidnappings. In addition to Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina DeJesus, Castro also kidnapped a 4th victim, Ashley Summers. She disappeared in 2007 and was held captive for a short time before managing to escape. Her case was initially treated as a runaway, and she remained unidentified until the other victims were rescued. These 15 shocking cases of kidnapping and abduction serve as a stark reminder of the unimaginable horrors that can befall innocent people. They also highlight the importance of remaining vigilant and aware of our surroundings, as well as the strength and resilience of survivors who have faced such traumatic experiences.